heard a bad take?
She fantasizes about being rubbed up on by Siegeween, who, again, looks like a child.
Have you ever wondered, how could I say something so heinous no one will agree with me?
Most people are just bullying her, making a whole edit of Mavwika chopping up the OC.
Also, side note from editing Gigi, what do you mean just bullying her? What? I'm sorry, when was that acceptable? Well, luckily you don't have to answer that because Candybug already did it. Yeah, so if you have played video games on your phone, your PC, your tablet, and you have ever stumbled upon the hit mobile game Genshin Impact, you have definitely seen stuff about it online. Whether it be positive, negative, warranted, unwarranted, there's no way you have never heard of it. If you have never heard of it, go away. I'm just kidding. Do not leave. I will sum it up. It's basically Breath of the Wild, but you can gamble! Yay! Now, obviously, this business model is unethical, and I don't support it. But I've definitely played it before. And it's okay. It's like a 7 out of 10 game. If you view it as free, you're gonna have a bad time. If you view it as a game that wants you to spend money, but is technically free, you'll enjoy it a lot more. That's my opinion on Genshin Impact. I personally don't play it anymore because I only played it really during COVID, and I was really small during COVID. So, the more you know. However, some people vehemently defend the game. And I mean vehemently. Online, you cannot see a single take that doesn't have at least a little bit of disagreement, whether it be casual razzing or hatred and death threats. Definitely, you're not gonna have the most agreeable fan base, which is why it's such a surprise that one video managed to unite all of the Twitter gooners. Sorry. That's on its own zero. I need to stop throwing strays at people. People are going to find me. Anyway, one fateful day, someone decided to upload a piece of content so heinous, the fandom that hates everyone's opinion that isn't theirs all came together to hate this person. This is not an exaggeration. It really isn't. And you can read some of the comments. You can watch some of the videos that incredibly insensate creators are using to monopolize off of this event. Yes, there are grifters in the community. Whoa! But you need to understand that every topic has a little bit of nuance. And if you listen to these people's YouTube shorts about how, oh my God, this person is so horrible, we need to kill them, you're definitely gonna have a bad experience. So trust me, love me, choose me, as I walk you through the wild ride that is the day that the entire Genshin fandom teamed up on one person. So a while back, Genshin Impact had its recent update, where of course, this was a little bit before they announced the newest region, the most hype region, the cold Arctic region with the cold. I don't really know much about Genshin. I'm so sorry. But before that, there was a limited 5-star character. 5-star means the highest rarity. So like there's 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. 3-star is trash. There's not a character that's 3-star. It's like weapons and like, yeah, weapons, I guess. I don't know. And then the 4-star is like a character that you can use, but why would you? And then the 5-star is like, that's the good stuff. That's the things people are using. That's the things people like make tier lists on. However, back on track, a new limited 5-star character, Linnea. I don't know how to say her name. This gorgeous lady, I'm just gonna say, was released. She is a rock character, a geo character, beautiful design, color palette, pointy little ears, so cute. And one of her defining character traits that a lot of people resonate with is her subtle autistic representation, whether it be her hyperfixation tendencies or her cuteness aggression, right? This is something a lot of fans who had that particular condition resonated with and actually did not find offensive in any way. They actually really liked it, and they were happy that this company, who's very greedy, very bad, we do not like companies, give some representation, give some crumbs, because the last place that they had visited in the game was supposed to be about people of color. Why am I pointing at myself? I'm not a person of color. People of color, and all the people were white as hell. And only the 4 stars had melanin. Interesting. So you don't want to profit off people with melanin. Okay, well, that's a bad way to put it. Profiting off of people of color is bad. Companies do not try to profit off of people of color, but recognizing them as customers and consumers who want to feel represented is a net positive that they ignored completely. As I just said earlier, 5 stars are highly valuable, and they are redefining the game. So to relegate all the people with melanin to the lower rarity that no one uses, pretty bad. Pretty bad. So you might be saying, Gigi, get on track. You are really dumb at explaining Genshin Impact mechanics. Just get on with it. Okay, fine, but you don't have to be so mean about it. Essentially, this new limited 5-star character was very widely accepted by the community, didn't have any problems, and one of her hyperfixations was this species. I don't really know much about it, so I'm not going to make any sweeping things because I don't want to be called inaccurate. So I'm just going to say species of creature. Humans are creatures. These are not creatures, called Melusines. Melusines. Is it the math thing? Mellow sine? Mellow cosine? I don't know. Mellow from Death Note? Stop. Essentially, these Melusines are kind of they are in a different status of society in one of the places that is focused around water, near the sea. Pretty cool. So they are on a different level of society. There was a whole arc about it, I think. So they are maybe not as respected as humans, and that is a problem, obviously. So that lays a little bit of the groundwork for this character, Linne. I'm so sorry. I really don't want to mispronounce it. Okay. So she really likes these creatures. She finds them pretty cute, and she wants to touch them. Now, there is definitely a whole thing in the story about how they don't want to be relegated to just objects that are cute, and that's kind of bad. So, Linne's hyperfixation on them could be viewed as a tad problematic. I don't know, because of the implications of what they represent, supposedly, technically, kind of. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but there are All right, sorry, I'm messing around. I'm gonna talk over it. Eventually you will tune it out because my beautiful voice is much better. Anyway, this can be seen as a little bit bad, a little bit questionable, but not illegal, definitely. And remember, these Melusines are not necessarily humans, so they don't really share the same properties. This will come in handy later. So you'll be wondering, where are you going with this? Well, she had a vision of her being cuddled up with all these cute creatures. Innocent, right? She loves cute things. She loves pretty colors. She wants to touch little cute things. And even though there's some subtext about oppression, at the end of the day, the story is not about her being creepy towards these individuals. It is simply about her expressing herself, indulging herself in her hyperfixation, which is honestly not even just these Melusines. It is just nature and creatures and just enjoying life. So it's not just like some weird obsession with one thing. It's multiple things rolled into one, not obsession, just an enjoyment and an interest. Can a girl not have hobbies these days? So now that the prelude, the K-pop, whatever. Now that it's over, let's talk about the drama. So the YouTuber Candy Bug made a giant swing and a miss onto the scene with her first ever video. I may be getting this wrong, but I remember it being titled like, "Why is Genshin so bad and boring now?" Or like, "Why is Genshin so horrible and bad now?" I don't really know much about Genshin, so you guys can tell me in the comments if that's true. I don't know. Essentially, she made a few points in this video. Mostly design regression, the shafting of important characters and story beats, and just like the haremification of the game, which are valid points. These are valid points. She talks about how one of the limited 5-star characters came out of nowhere and just replaced one of the characters we all thought was going to be important, which is this beautiful character, Eon-san, replaced by this other character, Varesa. Don't flame me for my pronunciation. Don't. If you do it, I will stab you. Anyway, subscribe. I did not ask you to do it yet. You have to. You listen to me? Are you listening right now? Yeah, you are? Okay, subscribe. Thank you. Anyway, these are all valid points. I mean, the design is like getting really bad. It's like detached sleeve, little bra thing, little thigh. Can't see my thigh because that's weird, but thigh thing, some heels. Pretty boring. I mean, this girl, she's green and she has like this tiny little strap, like little dress thing. Kind of ugly. I'm not a character designer. I'm not amazingly gorgeous, so I can't really comment on beauty or character design, but I think it's ugly and dumb. So that's my opinion. And you can fight me on it. Don't fight me like Candy Bug though. I don't want to get death threats. Anyway, we're getting to that. So where she started, slipping up was where she started glazing. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. That is crazy. She started, oh my gosh. I need a break. She started basically glazing the heck out of this limited 5-star character male, just talking about how, cool he looks, how his story is compelling. And this guy did some questionable things. He stabbed, he poisoned, he killed. Pretty bad stuff. He kind of likes it a little too much. I had to do research for this video and I don't really want to talk about it. It's kind of uncomfortable, so we're gonna move on from him. Now, this would be fine if the next take wasn't so bad. Let's take everything we've learned into account about Lene. I'm saying Lene now. Shut up. She is representation for the autistic part of the community, if not autistic, just the larger neurodivergent space in the community, which has already been feeling pretty neglected. She is cute. She is pretty innocent. She has some problems, some quirks, if you will. But she's not illegal. She's not, horrible person. Yeah. But Candy Bug would have to disagree. So I'm just gonna show you what she had to say.
Fantasizes about being rubbed up on by Siegeween, who, again, looks like a child. It reads as extremely fetishistic to me.
So basically, she said something along the lines of, Lene is a predator who feeds on children. She's a horrible predator, and she's doing horrible things with these horrible intentions to these children. First of all, no, these Melusines are not children. They are normal people. There is a whole story about this. Second of all, Lene is not an adult. At least, I don't think. She could be. Scratch that. Lene is probably not an adult, or at least she doesn't look like one. And obviously, if my previous point hadn't stood, whatever, let's not assault people or like do bad things to them, even if we're young. Do not. So don't take my words out of context. If you do that, again, I will kill you. Anyway, so she says all these horrible things about our girl, Lene. And that's not good. That's not good for a lot of reasons. That is attacking someone who people really like, who people find comfort in, who people feel represented by. Let's say there's a guy named Bob, and I feel kinship with Bob. I feel extremely represented by Bob, so Gigi is Bob. Then Bob gets called a mass murderer. What am I gonna think? Am I gonna feel happy? Hooray? Or am I gonna feel like someone's calling me a mass murderer? You get what I mean? If you really like a character and you feel kinship with them and you think they haven't done anything wrong, and then they get called these horrible things, probably not gonna like that, huh? Well, sport, what am I doing? Well, even if you said no to any of those questions, too bad. I don't really care because I can't hear you. And also, the public did not agree. So, in the first few hours, the comments were actually pretty positive because they hadn't watched the whole video. I guarantee you 1% of the comments will ever watch the whole video, this video. If you are watching this video right now, watching the full thing, comment pink hearts and say something crazy, just like crazy. Anyway, the truth is people just don't watch full videos anymore. And that's fine to an extent, but, well, they didn't get to the weird allegations about our girl Lene part yet, so they couldn't leave any hate because all the stuff seemed pretty normal. So, yeah, bad move. Really bad move. As you can imagine, people are not happy after the first few hours of the video because at least 1%, okay, think about it. If you have 100 views and 1% has watched the whole video, that only means like one person. And will that person even comment? We don't know. But let's say 10,000 people watch your video and 1 out of 100 of those people look at it. That's suddenly a larger pie. And of that pie, only a few comment, but of that few, that's like 45 people, 45 comments. And then the people who haven't watched the full video will actually look to the comments, at least I will. When I watch a video, I will scroll through the comments a little bit while I'm watching it. Call me Gen Alpha is illiterate, but I don't really care. Again, I can't hear you. If you want me to hear you, comment. So essentially, these people saw the comments and were like, what are you talking about? And then some helpful souls attached some timestamps. They went to the timestamp and they were like, what is this person on about? So then they comment, and then other people see that comment, and then they see the comment, and then they comment, and then global war happens leading to extinction. Oh, not that last part. I don't know where that came from. So the next part is, now people know the video is bad. If you have one bad take in a video, the whole video is bad. I have had one bad take in a video, and that exact thing has happened to me. So, yeah. So now people are going to be a lot more critical upon first watch because they're going to be looking out for signs. Like, what are these people thinking about? What is the hive mind? I don't know. What am I doing? So they're looking for these signs, and then they pick up on the limited 5-star male character stuff. And then notice that the accusations she imposed on Lene are unjustified, but extreme. But the accusations she imposed on this character are not only non-existent, but they are entirely justified. So with the woman, they do commentary that's unjustified and disproportionate. With the man, they do none of it when it's justified disproportionately. Huh. Do you see how that could be a tad bad? Well, apparently the community did, because there was war. So after a few days of realizing that this video actually isn't good, like at all, people started talking. People started walking. People started talking the talk, walking the walk. Walking that all the way over to TikTok, to Twitter, to YouTube, posting shorts, posting reels, posting TikToks. I don't know, girl. I don't really use social media that much except YouTube, but they're doing this stuff. She's getting a lot of hate. She posted an apology video. Now, do not waste your time watching this video if you are expecting an apology. In fact, the 2-minute joke apology video I posted on my channel is probably more of an apology than you'll ever get from her. So, it basically says, I'm sorry that I made you so upset. And that's pretty much it. That's like if I said a slur and I was like, guys, I'm so sorry I made you guys mad. Like, I'm sorry that you're like crying on the floor, but... And then nothing else. And then refuses to elaborate. So, people did not like them before, and they don't like them now. Essentially, yeah, that's what happened. Recap. Tilder. TLDR. Person makes video on character who people like, saying bad things about character people like. Does not apologize. Says good things about character people don't like. Does not apologize. And also, I feel like there's definitely a statement to be made about like misogyny in the creator space. Like a man would definitely be able to push this under the rug and forget about it, and like wouldn't even be expected to make an apology. But also, I'm a woman, you know, we're critiquing each other. Like we cannot stoop to another level because of supposed feminism. I'm not going to defend a woman who has bad takes just because she's a woman. That's not going to happen. But there definitely is that little inkling in the back of my mind. Would this be different if a man had said it? Would this be different if someone who was well respected in the community said it? Would people go along with it? If the original comments stayed positive for more than 2 days, would the situation have played out any differently? I don't know. You tell me. So, I hope you guys have a nice day. I hope you guys subscribe. Yeah. My channel is going downhill. No one really cares about my videos anymore. And I'm going to quit in like 5 videos-ish. So like enjoy these videos while you can, guys. And by quit, I mean probably like a year hiatus. Maybe a year, 2 years, I don't know. My theory is like if I get older and just like a little prettier, people will like respect me more and then watch my videos. Yes, that's my video and it is done. So if you would like to watch another video of mine, you may do so. If you would not like to, you are free. If you would like to leave a hate comment, don't do that.